Swampsniper here, owner of Ballahack Airsoft, and this video begins like most of my days do, with a nice cup of coffee. No cream, no sugar. This is the morning of our first world conflict. Okay, wait, hold up. Like, what even is that music? I just threw it on the track. I don't even know why, but it's like the most ridiculous music in the world. Let's listen to it for a second. I'm not going to use that anymore, don't worry.
Lit.
The date is April 22nd, 2017.
Roswell, dude.
Safety on. Away from you. Safety off. I don't
This
know.
is a gun?
Alright, I'm going to burn myself.
Hold up 1 second. We're just going to bring carts out so you don't get ran over. Good morning. How you guys doing? Who's ready to have fun?
Yeah, my voice just squeaked. What?
Awesome. I think it's going to be an awesome day.
Parking just began 1 minute ago. World Conflict Days are kind of like a regular day blended with an op. It's only $30, and if you pre-reg, you get one of these cool little PVC battle patches. So you still get all the benefits of the op. They're all sponsored, and you get raffles and stuff. This event is sponsored by Elite Force, Classic Army, and Voodoo Tactical. So there's 270 people here so far. We've got pre-game skirmishes going on in the town, which are warm-up games, just to get really people fired up, make sure they can test their equipment and everything. And it's given us plenty of time, admin, even though we've done an op meeting already on this, really pulling together the guys that they have, really formulating their final plans given the current day's weather conditions, everything like that. How wet is the swamp? All of that. And come in. So that's what's going on. I just met with Rosvad, and now I'm going to be meeting with Endura.
Hang on, let me get some more dynamic
Masks, I don't know you.
and then one of these. And then definitely some of this.
Everybody knows the signal.
Ionia being a sovereign nation that we have a mutual agreement with to retain their independence as a nation.
Nerds. And now this.
Actual footage of a player sneaking on the field without a wristband. Trying to be real sneaky this one. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Yeah.
About 4 foot long.
What's your name? I need to write down your name.
Okay, back to the scenario. In brief, this is the first major conflict in the fictional Ballahack globe. There are two superpowers, Endura, which is basically the equivalent of the United States, and Rosvad, which is basically the equivalent to Russia. Country of Sagewick, which happens to be strong allies with Endura, puts heavy trade tariffs on Rosvad and their ships trying to make their way through their area. Rosvad sees this as an act of economic warfare and decides to take some of the most important port areas in the world, located at the northern end of Ionia. Rosvad issued a statement that they occupied it peacefully, legally, and were welcome there, but the rest of the world got intel that they took it forcefully and that innocent blood was shed in the transition. After multiple warnings from Endura for Rosvad to abandon their occupation, Endura decides to send forces to eradicate all Rosvadian presence on Ionian soil, claiming that Rosvadian war crimes will not be tolerated. Alright, I just briefed the scenario. People are super fired up. There's a lot going on, from blind objectives, point control objectives, fragos, all kinds of stuff. We got drone strikes.
To eject Rosvadian forces who are illegally occupying this country. So we're coming in, we're friendly to the Ionians. If you see any civilians, they're on our side. If you see anyone with Rosvadian flags or red tape, we have rules of engagement for that. The rules of engagement are, if you see them, shoot them.
I want aggression the entire time. You guys are going balls out the entire time. You understand? Yeah. Second thing, unit cohesion. I cannot stress how important it is. Unfortunately, we play airsoft. We don't have combined arms. We're essentially fighting 19th century warfare. Everyone understand what I mean by that? Yeah. Just a whole bunch of guns. We can't call in tanks and stuff like that. We have airstrikes, but our biggest weapon is keeping us all together. Does everyone understand that?
Yeah. You know, as I said, there are a lot of moving parts. I operate on a Semper Gumby mentality. That means always flexible. The airsoft battlefield can change in a heartbeat. I need you guys to be ready to move around, to readjust, to go to a completely different part of the field at a moment's notice. So don't get too comfortable in a position.
Next thing, we're in the right. Despite what the enduring forces say, we're in the right. We were asked to come in and help. Keep that in mind, okay?
Starting with the Norfolk Tribunal, how do you feel about essentially invading a neutral, non-aligned country?
Well, I would not say so much as invading. I think the Rosvadians are the one who've initially invaded. We have a treaty with Ionia to retain its independence as a state actor. We're simply here honoring that agreement. We've got reports of war crimes. We've got reports of atrocities committed by Rosvadian forces, and it's pretty obvious what they're trying to do. They're trying to flex their geopolitical muscles to maintain control and have a greater sphere of influence in the region. So we're just going to try and come in and deny that greater sphere of Rosvadian influence in the region. We're going to try and liberate Ionia so that they can maintain their civil rights and their independence as a nation. So I don't see it as invasion at all. I see it more of liberation, protection. Ionia doesn't have a lot of military assets. It's a large country. It's a very important country, a big food producer. So it is, imperative that they have friends like us. So. Yeah, that's all I got to say to the press. Sir, if you would escort the press to the.
All right, he needs to go. Russ,
All right, so we have briefed into town. Our team has happened to 4 start at 3 split points. One is in the courtyard building in the town, one is at the bat house, and one is all the way at the North Fire Base. Hopefully we can reconnect our squads and balance numbers. Enemy forces can start 2/3 or 1/3 at either the ammo depot or the LZ. We're probably going to get hit with the majority of their team right off the bat with a small element.
By Phase 1 Index, our objective is to control these 3 control points, as well as collect 5 of the 10 equipment cases in the surrounding area. We have 30 minutes to hold onto and prevent the destruction of this SAM site, and an hour and 15 minutes to hold on to this SAM site. Each will gain us an extra drone strike that has a 50-foot kill radius. Each team starts with 1.
Spirit of the swamp, protect me.
Go, 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 go! People need to be going further right.
Cut them off, guys, cut them off. Get behind something big and hard. All right, so game started. We've split 2 squads, Gold Squad and Gray Squad. Gold Squad is covering the barrier woods, trying to stop their fence. Gray Squad is trying to push up, cover the swamp as well. Got a little triage set up back here.
After immediate contact in the south, our forces set up 2 CCPs behind friendly lines so we can keep our men in the fight. I decide to check out the front lines.
I'm using a Russian Magellan sniper. Bam. Bam. Gotcha, Austin. He's still getting all these hits. Alright. Got a couple there. 1 MG that was doing work on our boys on the left. Awesome, guys. We're sending them a bunch of them back to spawn. We're looking pretty good.
Our far north platoon has arrived.
Bam! I got him. I don't know. What do you mean, them?
As far they've gotten this way.
What you see, we hold.
Okay.
And
So
we're
we're
good.
slowly
We're
gonna
pretty
start
solid over
taking
here.
ground. Got it.
We really knocked out a strong push that they tried.
Gotcha.
I'm not very concerned, except I will say this. With the amount of people that haven't pushed this direction, I feel like maybe they did only start 1/3.
Cooley hasn't put out a distress signal, so he's
Okay.
holding tight.
Brian Cooley, in charge of 2nd Platoon, started at the pond and went to reinforce the Cannibal Village area, expecting contact, but enemy forces actually only sent a small amount that way and sent the bulk to rejoin both of their platoons in the south. Their initial assault failed even with those amount of numbers. probably due to our terrain advantage.
Can't see much, but we've done our job at the beginning here. Held long enough for our other platoon to come up. They're trying to push hard, but we're spread out really evenly. We're all up on the front. None of us are further back. Putting down a lot of fire on their push. Dang it. They're starting to take the swamp. Yeah, I can see them way back pushing up. Yeah, we're losing it. All right, let me pull another 7 or 8 guys that way.
Apparently, a squad-sized element of enemies are making good headway on an eastern flank on us.
7 or 8 in the swamp. They're starting to lose it. It's been at least 10 minutes, therefore drone strikes are now live for both teams. We each start with 1.
See nothing. They're moving along the yellow tape. We need to cut back a little bit further and set up a line of defense all the way to it. Back here. Run back fast, get in deep.
It's now been long enough for us to start grabbing communications equipment, and we have eyes on one of the cases.
We can move it.
Grab it. Grab it and run.
Hey medic, there's a down guy right there.
Victor, reinforce here.
We're grabbing a blind objective right now. Good job, bro.
Set it at the back of the MiG for now. Set it behind the MiG.
Behind the MiG.
Let's go. In
Hey,
here.
they're pushing the yellow tape. We're losing guys 40 feet in front of us.
All you guys, let's go.
Hey, 20 enemy packs on the tape, he says. Gotcha. Going into the swamp, baby. They're still pretty fun. Our guys are gonna get killed right there. Our guy just got shot and didn't call it. Red forces, make sure you call your hits when you get shot.
It appears that we're winning on this front as well. I choose to go check out the pond area.
All right. Ooh, poison ivy.
All right. Holding strong in the swamp. Great. I just heard a boom and people yelling, and I'm pretty sure that that was a enemy drone strike. Probably took out guys south of the town, right? So apparently they took out 20 of our men on this west side over here by the Cutthroat Trails.
Even though they wiped out like half of a platoon, we were still able to shift numbers and reinforce the spot that they tried to take. However, our platoon over by the cannibal village pulled to help, leaving room for enemies to take position at the pond and one of the point control objectives. Myself and a few others shift over to the pond to try to counter this action and retake it.
Sir, I'm with the Norfolk Tribunal. I'm here interviewing different officers on either side. As I'm aware, you are a lieutenant in the Rossvadian military, is that correct? That's correct. How do you feel about the action the Enduran forces are taking in this country? What is being perceived as some by a very militant action by the Endurans?
Fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
Any other comments?
Fake news.
All right. All right.
We've got enemy forces. They pushed up by the pond. They've finally broken out. They are definitely within range, and I cannot wait to shoot them. Drone strike hit us hard, but we pulled back a platoon to reinforce the position, leaving this side open with a 25-point control point objective. Dang. There's this kid over here. I want to make sure they're not in this ditch. God dang Max. This guy would be dead.
Yes, I have not yet gotten the mag tops for the Navrich SSG, but I will soon. that was my fault. Jeremy sees my frustration, the Sussex sniper, and takes care of him for me.
Thank you. I got these. Right here. Right here. Get down, brother.
I split this video in half, but lucky for you, the other video is live, or will be in like a minute or so. So to find out what happens next in phase 1, just click on this next video. Hopefully you guys like that I split it instead of one 30-minute video. And thanks for watching and subscribing and all that. Click on the next one if you want to watch it. Swamp Sniper out. Peace.
Telling my